My name is Sam, and I am 17 years old. My sister Lara was 14 years old at the time. We live in a small village near the forest in a tiny house with our parents. When our parents had breakfast, they went to work, and I went to school. Lara stayed home that day. When I returned home, I knocked on the door, but no one answered. I entered through the back window, which I use in emergencies. The house was completely dark, with the last rays of the setting sun outside. It was strange because Lara was supposed to be at home. I searched for her in the house, but it was evident that she was outside. I didn't doubt it because it was usual for Lara to go out and wander with her friend. I called my dad to let him know that I had returned home, and when I told him that Lara wasn't there, he informed me that she had told him she would be going out for a stroll with her friend, just as he had expected. My parents returned from work, and it was lunchtime, but Lara hadn't come back home. Of course, her phone was in the house as usual. We started to worry because Lara knows the lunchtime and she's not usually late like this. We called her friend Sarah, only to find out that Sarah had been at our house for about 3 hours, and Lara was supposed to have come back home as well. All of us went outside to search for her. Tension started to take hold of us. The news spread in the village, and everyone joined us in the search for Lara, but it was in vain. We decided to enter the forest, bringing flashlights with us. We entered the forest, dogs barking, and everyone calling out for Lara with no response. Groups scattered everywhere in search. My father and I ventured deeper into the forest until we reached a cave. There were many legends about the cave, but I never took them seriously. My father and I entered the cave cautiously, with slow steps and heavy breaths, calling out in a low voice but receiving no answer. Suddenly, unexpectedly, Lara appeared sitting motionless on a stone. We were shocked. What was she doing here? Why was she sitting like this? Why wasn't she responding? We started to approach her, but it was as if she couldn't see us. Then, Lara's eyes became clearly visible, completely white. Her features were terrifying. My father moved closer to her and sat facing her, as if she were an inanimate object. He placed his hand on Lara's shoulder, and she suddenly jerked and screamed in a way I had never heard before. Fear overwhelmed me and my father. He asked me to leave the cave and seek help. I exited the cave and called for assistance from the villagers. Everyone came, and we entered the cave, only to be surprised that my father was sitting next to Lara in the same position with the same white eyes.